All right. So the one, this morning, my coach shared a leadership devotional plan with me. And when I read it this morning, I definitely said to myself that it was something I wanted to share with you guys on this Zoom today. So I'm going to go back to I put a snippet in it in one of the chats, but I'm going to go ahead and read the and I want you guys to see which area you identify with. Would you consider yourself a maintainer or a creator? If you're not sure, consider if you are are you content with the status quo? Strive to do as little as possible and to stay in your comfort zone as much as possible, or simply managing a well-oiled traditional machine? If you found yourself nodding, then you're a maintainer. But if your tomorrow will likely look different than your today, you're willing to take risk and open your mind to new possibilities. You like to do what hasn't been done before. You strive to think what hasn't been thought of before, then you are a creator. When David became the second king of Israel, one of the first decisions he had to make was where to establish his kingdom. King Saul, being from the tribe of Benjamin, had built his headquarters in the Benjaminite capital of Gibeah. Wait, there's another part I want to read because this is long, so I don't want to read the whole thing. Okay, here we go. Any leader who desires to take an organization to a whole new level must make the intentional shift from maintaining the status quo to creating all new possibilities. Creativity and possibility thinking are the best ways to maximize the potential of yourself, your organization, and your team. But creativity requires consistency. You can't just do it once and then return to your comfort zone. An effective leader must live full time in the creative zone. Are you ready to make that shift? Questions to ask yourself. Why is it more comfortable to maintain the status quo? Have you found enjoyment while remaining in your comfort zone? How has being a maintainer hampered both you and your organization? Who or what has kept you from entering the creative zone? How can you overcome this hurdle and move from maintainer to creator? So I wanted to share that just to give you guys some food for thought, because I know when I think about my journey in business, I've been both. There's seasons where I'm maintaining and I'm not really pushing, and there's times that I push. And so, I wanted to talk about mental health a little bit. And the reason I wanted to talk about it was, Coach Stormy shared with us that a young lady that did a photo shoot with her in the SW Activewear committed suicide. And I wasn't sure who she was, so I was trying to find her on social media. So what I did was I tried to Google her. And when I Googled, I realized that there's a lot of people that have committed suicide in the past couple days. Like today, yesterday, like I was seeing articles of people that committed suicide 2 hours ago, 9 hours ago. And these are people that you would find in Google. So just imagine all of the people that you won't find in Google that could have taken their life. And so, we have a responsibility as dealing with people to make sure that we're doing what we need to do for our own mental health. And it was so ironic that right after she sent that, right before she sent that message, I posted a reel about some things I was experiencing. And it was very challenging for me to share that part of my life, but I always noted the things that I go through. And if you missed it, just go back on my page and look at my last reel, and read the caption. But I always noted the things that I go through have never been for me. It's for me to be able to help other people overcome the way that I was able to, and to be able to relate to where different people are in their lives. There's a lot of things that I've experienced that didn't directly happen to me, but impacted me enough to where I could be sympathetic to the situation. And so I just want y'all to know that in leadership, even in leading yourself, your mental health is very important. And so I encourage you, that's why y'all understand the reason I stress personal development so much is because I know that's what saves me every time. My relationship with God, personal development, and I got back to one of the foundational things that works for me, which is journaling. Because sometimes we think things and we go through things that we don't want to share with anybody. We might feel silly, we might be embarrassed, we might not, so we might not even want to share things with our close friends or whatever have you. So journaling for me was that outlet to be able to still get my emotions out of how I was feeling if I wasn't comfortable sharing those vulnerable thoughts and feelings with other people. And so I just wanted to make sure that I address that, because I know, when you're in business for yourself, things get challenging. You take on a role that a lot of us have never had before. A lot of us doing this business have never been an entrepreneur before this. And so the responsibility of how to lead yourself and how to become the leader that you would want to follow so you're in position to lead other people is a lot. And so I just want to encourage you all to make sure that personal development is key. I'm telling y'all what I know. I would not have made it in this business 7 years if I did not do personal development. I probably would have quit a long time ago, not that because the business didn't work or not because something's wrong with TLC, but I wouldn't have been strong enough mentally to handle what entrepreneurship really entails. And so I just wanted to make sure that I shared that with y'all. And I wanted to make sure I shared that on live, because a lot of people suffer in silence. When they say check on your strong friends, with social media, it shines a light on things, but you don't see everything that goes on in people's lives. You have to remember, social media is people highlight reels. And a lot of times we look at social media and we allow it to formulate how we feel about ourselves, because we're seeing somebody else and what they're doing, but you don't see their everyday. You don't see what happens when they wake up. You don't see what happens when they go to bed. You don't see the things that we don't show on social media, the things we don't want people to see. I don't care how transparent or authentic we are on social media, we still don't show you our whole entire life. It just doesn't happen. Nobody does. And so we have to make sure that we're not allowing what we see on social media to formulate how well we're doing, how good our progress is, because remember, everybody's journey is their own. Whatever path somebody is on, that's their path. And if you start to compare your path to theirs, you're always going to fall short, because the direction that you're going in and the direction that they're going in are not going to be the same, because y'all aren't the same people. Comparison and things like that can be very harmful. I've seen a lot of good people quit on themselves because they didn't feel like they measured up, because they were watching someone else's life. When if whatever God has for your life is what God has for your life, it's not about somebody else. And so we all have to know that our journey is for us. We have to embrace where we are, when it's hard, when it's easy, and when it's, in between. Like I took some time today. I don't know about, iPhones, they have like a picture and then it'll be like they play a song, they put together a whole slideshow for you. I don't know if y'all seen that, but it's on my iPad. And so I took some time, I usually don't, but I took some time and I looked through some pictures from when my life was a little different. And it reminded me of how grateful I should always be, but it also just put that smile on my face to show me when times were amazing. And so, when I started this group, I needed this group. Y'all thought I wanted to help y'all, and I really do, but I needed to help me. I wasn't strong enough at that time to really just push myself the way that I needed to, but I know how I'm made. I know that I'll do more for other people than I'll do for myself. So I put this group together because I needed this push. I needed this push. And so I want y'all to understand, sometimes you have to create the energy that you want. We look to other people to feed us and give us energy and make us excited and keep us motivated and inspired. But sometimes you have to create that for yourself. You have to put yourself in environments that are going to push you to strive. You have to put yourself in places, and you may not be able to travel the world and go to all these places, but you can find something local, find somewhere that's positive, find somewhere where there's people that have a common goal or mission to succeed in general, whatever that is. Even if it's virtual, you might not be able to attend a physical event, but if you see something virtually, something that's empowering, you got to tap in. And so I made this group because I created the energy that I needed to help me in the times that were tough for me. And so, and I can say that to y'all now, and I know I kind of mentioned it before, and, God always reveals things when you're ready to receive them, when you're ready to move forward. And so I'm definitely in a place of overcome. So I want y'all to notice, this isn't like a sad conversation. I've had an amazing day. I've had an amazing past few days. And, it was a little tricky because mentally I was ready to get back and just get back to LaQuelle. And then my knee was messed up. And so I want to physically go, and I can't physically go as much as I wanted to. And that was a little challenging, but I said, you know what? This is time for me to read more, to do other things, since I know I can't move the way I want to move. but now I can. And I'm still being mindful. You know, I'm not going to start running no marathon, but I made sure that I walked for an hour today. I haven't walked for an hour in like 2 weeks, but I was able to do it. Well, maybe, yeah, about 2 weeks, but I was able to do it today without any pain. So I'm very grateful for that. And so, you know, I just want y'all to understand that this entrepreneurship journey is not always going to be easy. It's definitely worth it. And I know for me, this is my purpose. I know there's so many people that need to hear, you know, and I'm planning, I'm going to do some type of webinar or something where I can really go in depth of what I was experiencing, because I know it can help other people. So y'all on Instagram, look at my last reel. And if you want to know or be a part of, you know, I'm doing, and this is, I mean, it could be for everybody, but I'm going to say for women, text 404-737-1438, the word peace. Because I'm going to share probably in about 30 days. I'm going to put it together when I have time to sit down and really put it together so that I can really share with y'all what has helped me. So I just wanted to get into that. But today is not about me. Today is about y'all. So I want, you know, I know there's not as many people on here today, and that's okay. We're recording it. Whoever missed it, we'll let them have a chance to come back and watch it. But I've reached out to a few people today that were on my heart. But I want a couple of you to share, what is this 90-day run so far done for you business wise? And, you know, this is business. So I want to know numbers. Has your income increased? Has your volume increased? And I just want to know, what has it done for you mentally and spiritually? So the first person that I want to bring on is Lavonda. Me and Lavonda had an interaction earlier. So I want Lavonda to share, you know, what this has really done for her. So everything that you said, girl, make sure you share it. You can unmute yourself when we find you. You with Kenya.
Hey, everybody, I'm driving, so Kenya's holding the phone for me. Is that okay?
No, that's fine.
All right.
Just talk, girl. That's all that matters, what you say.
Well, in line with what Coach LaQuelle was saying, I was literally in tears, bawling, because I financially could not afford the next seminar after the Wi-Fi Millionaires. I wanted to be able to have the income to be able to keep going, because I have a lot of accountability groups that I do here locally. And locally, we are kind of like our local celebrities. It's a small town. I lost 158 pounds. So I was literally in tears because I could not afford that next challenge with Coach Stormy. The very next day, I got a text message from LaQuelle. That text message said, if you were looking for some help in your business, please give me a call. I about hit the floor. I don't even think I told you that part, LaQuelle.
No, you didn't tell me that.
I know. I hit the floor. I mean, I'm talking crying, big tears before my phone said ding. So when that happened, I can so relate to what you're saying, how you can, you know, check on your strong friends. I'm the strong friend, but I didn't have any support above what I have done income-wise and mentality and all of that. So when LaQuelle said ding, I was like, oh God, that was quick. You know, he answered that prayer real quick. But since the 90-day run, business-wise, because there was, when I scheduled my team huddle, remember LaQuelle? And then I got almost everybody locally at my house or on the phone if they did not live in town.
Yeah, we was about, 11, 12 people?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And then from that day, I had, that was my birthday. That was my birthday that happened. So I didn't have any celebration. The celebration I had was wiping my tears, and somebody was willing to work with me. So that was my birthday present. After that, since the 90-day run, my back office went from 1,400 to almost 14,000 to almost 16,000.
Yeah, so, y'all got some fire in the comments for that. So almost a $2,000 increase in your income.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I was never really afraid of going live, but I was going live, like you said, hiding portions of me. You know, though I lost 158 pounds, was still super insecure about back rolls and loose skin. You know, I'm pushing 50. So, you know, just a lot of insecurity. So the 90-day challenge with making us go live every day, that has just blessed my soul. I mean, I would have the thing on live for 30 minutes to an hour, like just push the button. And I could not push the button. unless everything, like unless my background was perfect, I had, the outfit showed no wrinkles, no imperfections, you know what I mean? And so that 90-day run, I can push that live in a New York second and don't care. I can have on some shorts and show all the cellulite and don't care. So, and then the push from the 90-day challenge to go to Atlanta, my husband drove, I rode for 13 hours.
Wow.
To get to that seminar, which I could not, it's not like I just had the money to do it. I made it a priority.
Right.
And that day was magical. So if you haven't bought your ticket to Houston,
yeah,
that day, I mean, have proximity with you all, the Les Brown, people were I was just so happened to be, Coach Stormy had said, no more pictures. And I'm walking by and I wasn't trying to get another picture. I was respectful of that. So I'm walking by and I don't know who the lady was that works with, that kind of drives Coach Stormy around. She said, "Hey, come here. You want a picture?" I mean, there were so many little favorable things.
Yeah.
I was standing in line and Coach Tanya was like, "I want to help you. Here's my phone number." But so it just let me know that I was supposed to be there. Just like you said, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And LaQuelle appeared. God sent, and I'm thankful for you. And I hope that we are showing you here in little Quad Cities that we're trying to build something around these parts.
I see. No, I do. And I want to say, I'm definitely proud of you and Skysis and Kenya. I see how y'all work together. We had a successful launch the other day. Your launch is tomorrow. And so, yes. I just love that what you guys do and how you feed off of each other. And exactly what I'm talking about, creating the energy that you need. When you create the energy within yourself, it's like it catches on fire. And now you're helping other people be impacted as well. So thank you for sharing, Rhonda. I appreciate you. I'm so excited for our launch tomorrow. I'll be ready. I'll be making sure I look nice so we can give your people what they're looking for. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So does anybody else want to share? I had already kind of told Rhonda she was going to share, so I don't want to put nobody on the spot. But if anybody else wants to share, you can raise your Zoom hand and then I'll select you so you can share. Because I wanted this to really just be an interactive conversation. We're kind of in that, we're 30 days in, well, a little bit more than 30 days in. So we're not halfway through, but we're kind of close. And so I just really wanted to kind of touch base and see where everybody is. And, I'm really fighting with who is the August MVP. So if you believe that you should be the August MVP, I need to see your G5 proof and I need to know your numbers. What volume did you have at the beginning? You can go back and look at your volumes for the week. I want you to screenshot me your volume from the first day we got started from that week. And I want you to screenshot your volume for the end of August, because I want to see what growth and progress have you really made. Because I know, sometimes we feel good, but we still in business. So it's all about the numbers. So I want to make sure that I give credit where credit is due to those, to that person that's really been showing up on all cylinders. So if nobody else wants to share, I just want you guys to know that I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all do more for me than you realize. You help me get back excited about my business. I know the things to do to kind of push me. And so this was definitely that. I'm still looking for people. I'm on Instagram. I'm still going through my organization and looking for people that I can work with. Again, it is business. So the people that are attached to me first are going to get first dibs, but that's why I do these things on social media so that everybody can still get the game. If y'all missed yesterday's training on 1,000 families, it was amazing. I need y'all to go back and watch it. I know I put the link in the chat, but go back and watch it. For those of y'all on Instagram, tomorrow is my big team training. So tomorrow is my big team training. So y'all know, check your email, check the 2022 chat for the link for tomorrow. But I just want y'all to know that I'm super proud of y'all. Let's just keep going. Hopefully, for those of you that you may have fell off a little bit, maybe you slacked a little bit, if that's you or not. Hopefully this is something that maybe sparked you to get back engaged and to get back moving and get back going. And so before we end this, does anyone have any questions? Any questions about anything? Anybody got questions? All right. Well, if y'all don't have any questions, I love you guys. Have an amazing, amazing night. Thursday is closeout, so you still got a couple days to get things done. Remember, this G5, your customer actually gets 10 points toward their next purchase. So that's a great incentive to let them know, if they're thinking about buying, this is the time to buy. So y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all in the chat, and I will see y'all later. Good night, everybody.